What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of MLB action here on Saturday, August 2nd. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate. I'll give you my favorite underdog pick of the day and my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think has the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every single day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, guys, things went pretty well. Now, right out of the gates, we got off to a hot start with the Brewers there at -155. That was an insane game. A 16-9 win behind an insane offensive game from both teams. Quintana had a pretty good start there before the bullpen let things get a little bit weird there at the end, but the Brewers do come away with the win in the end. We had Toronto at -154, an unfortunate 9-3 loss. Gausman struggled through his 6 innings. The Royals got Walker's best game of the season. He went 8 innings, giving up only 1 run. So excellent stuff there from Walker. Hard to see that one coming against the hard-hitting Toronto Blue Jays, but that'll happen. We did bounce back quickly. We had the Guardians at -110. That was a crazy 3-2 extra inning win behind a great start there from Gavin Williams, who gave up no runs and struck out 8 over 6 innings, and they figured things out late there after their bullpen coughed up the lead. That Manzardo single to end the game felt pretty great. We also cashed the Giants-Mets no-run first inning. No runs in the first there with Robbie Ray and David Peterson both having pretty good starts. A comfortable cash for us with no hits allowed there in the first inning. So that was pretty cool. Unfortunately, we bricked out there on the Tigers at +128 as our dog of the day. A tough 5-4 loss, wasting a great start there from Flaherty. And even though they got to Suarez, that Tigers bullpen lost them the game. A huge concern for this team moving forward is the lack of, just ability out there in the bullpen right now. We still have the Padres at -160 going as our massive lock of the day. They're up 4-1 on the Cardinals in the bottom of the 8th inning, which for the Padres, would look like a pretty good spot. They've had a good bullpen this season, so we'll see if they can hold on and finish off this win. But guys, let's go ahead and dive right in. We've got a massive slate to cover here on a very busy Saturday. Plenty of day games mixed in there as well. Day games, afternoon games, and only a smattering of night games. So let's go ahead and hop right in. First game on the docket, we're going to be looking at the LA Dodgers going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Dodgers come into this game 64-46 on the season, fresh off a 5-0 win in game 1 of this series thanks to a shutout Kershaw performance and Freeman hitting another home run. The Dodgers are going to hand the ball in this game to Blake Snell, who's 1-0 on the year, a 2.00 ERA, but he only made 2 starts this season before ending up on the IL with that shoulder issue. He's back out there now after missing, the entire season, basically. Snell, generally a guy that started slow, got off to a little bit of a rocky start to open his season. Does this count as Snell late in the season, or does this count as Snell early in the season? We're going to have to wait and see. Now, regardless of how deep he goes into the game, it's definitely a concern here for the Dodgers bullpen. A 4.22 bullpen ERA has been an issue for this team all year long, effectively. In the offense, well, it was decent there yesterday, putting up 5 runs. 5-2, 5 and 3 over their last few games is not up to the standard of a team that was the best team at the plate in the majors this season up until, I would say, 20-ish games ago. It's started to look a little bit lackluster. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 54-57 on the year. Feels like Tampa Bay kind of packing things in. Arenado on the IL with that fractured wrist isn't great, and the trade deadline wasn't necessarily a banner one for the Rays, so we'll see what happens here. They have lost 4 straight games and 8 of their last 9. We'll hand the ball here to Drew Rasmussen, who's had a great season. He's 8-5, a 2.96 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, and a 4-2 win against the Yankees. He's thrown the ball great pretty much all season long. He has, maybe lost a little bit of his staying power out there on the mound. Like, he's not going super deep into games anymore, but my red-bearded brother, Drew Rasmussen, has been having a pretty good season. The Rays bullpen was looking good there for quite a while. It's definitely struggled a little bit here down the stretch, but still not a disaster. The offense, though, has completely evaporated. 0, 4, 4, 5, 4, 1, 2, 2, and 9 over their last several games. Yeah, they're 10th in the majors in runs scored and 15th in slugging percentage, 6th in batting average, but this is not a team that I expect to have a very good time at the plate in this game necessarily, maybe, or really down the stretch this year. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Dodgers are -130. The Rays are +110. We've got a total of 8.5. The Dodgers are 26-25 on the road, 29-21-1 to the under on the road. Tampa Bay is 31-28 at home, 32, 24, and 3 to the under at home. You could maybe take under 8.5 in this game if you think Snell's going to be awesome. You could take no run first inning if you think he's going to be good. You could also interest me in the Rays at +110 if you think he's going to be terrible. Those are my main leans on this game. But guys, this is pretty much a wait and see spot for me. I don't know what version of Blake Snell we're going to get here at this point in the season. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Baltimore Orioles going on the road to take on the Chicago Cubs. The Orioles took the very tough 1-0 loss there yesterday in Wrigley with the wind blowing in, obviously. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Tomoyuki Sugano, who's 8-5 on the year, a 4.38 ERA. His last start was against the Rockies. He was really good, but his 4 starts before that were pretty lackluster, so we'll see what version of him we get here against the Cubs. Definitely not a team you can afford to have a little bit of an off day against, because they will usually take major advantage. So we'll see what Sugano can do, see what that Baltimore bullpen can do. A 4.68 bullpen ERA does not really get me going. The offense obviously takes a big hit here at the trade deadline. Definitely trading away Mullins, not looking to make things better there in Baltimore. Seems like they are willing to pack it in right now at 10 games below 500. So we'll see what they do at the plate here down the stretch, but I'm not looking for miracles. They're taking on a Cubs team that is currently 1 game back of the Brewers there in the NL Central. They need every win they can get. Coming up with a 2-hit game there from rookie Cade Horton. That was a huge deal yesterday. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Matthew Boyd, who's 11-4 on the season, a 2.47 ERA. Last start, not good. 5 innings, 6 hits, 5 earned runs against the Brewers. Very much not the norm from him this season, though. He's been really good all year long. We'll see what he can do against Baltimore. Not a team he's faced this year, but he's had a really good season overall, and I'm expecting a big bounce back from him in this one. The Cubs bullpen, not a huge problem. A 3.82 bullpen ERA could definitely use some improvement, but I think we'll see them get a little bit better here down the stretch, and they're coming off a great game yesterday. The offense, only 1 run there yesterday. That's not going to be the norm for this team either, guys. They're first in the majors in runs scored. They are 3rd in batting average, 5th in on-base percentage. This is one of the most dangerous offenses in the majors, and I think they're going to show that in this one. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Orioles are plus 170. The Cubs are minus 205. We've got totals out there of 8.5 or 8. Baltimore's 23-32 on the road. 35, 19, and 1 to the under on the road. That's actually an MLB best to the under on the road number. The Cubs are 33-17 at home, 26, 21, and 3 to the over at home. I'm not interested in the total in this game really, but I'll definitely be considering the Cubs here at minus 205, potentially at minus 1.5, but I think minus 205 has an excellent chance here to be our lock of the day. Hey guys, hopping here with a quick shout out to the sponsor of today and every day's video, and that is StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB and UFC picks, with NFL and college football coming up before you know it. Major League Baseball has been one of our most profitable sports the last several years in a row and has had a great 2025 season so far. At StumpTheSpread.com, you'll be able to see exclusive free picks only posted there, our free-to-use bet size calculator, and our premium top confidence picks, which might not and usually will not always match what you see here in the videos, as I am not the premium MLB handicapper for Stump the Spread. We've got a monster over there with many more years of experience than I have, and he's been having he had a fantastic July, guys. Off the charts July of plus 56 units or something like that. You've been seeing those picks in these videos throughout, like I've been recapping him, and he's been going nuts. Well, looks like August is going to get off to a pretty solid winning start as well. Now, unfortunately, the Mariners are going to need to make a comeback, and he got off to a rough start there with the Orioles and Braves breaking out, but definitely hit the over there in that Yankees-Miami game as a 1-unit play, hit the Guardians as a 1-unit play, and the Brewers as a 1-unit play. So looking very, very likely to be a plus money day, even if the Mariners don't make a comeback late in the game. And at home, was still in the bottom of the 5th inning. They're only down 2. It's definitely not a dead pick. They could definitely make a comeback. So definitely get over there to StumpTheSpread.com. Check out the premium picks. Also, guys, check out all the free stuff you get over there as well. We've got a free to use bet size calculator. We've got free picks that are posted over there every single day. And you definitely want to consider those premium picks. The amount of work that goes into those every single day is kind of crazy. They do use some very sophisticated tools and algorithms to make his predictions. It takes a crazy amount of data points into consideration. So definitely check that out and get on the email list, guys. Like I was saying, it's free information straight to your inbox every single day. At least 1, oftentimes 2 free picks. WNBA, MLB are usually the ones that are covered in those free picks, but it could be anything. Also, there's huge write-ups on niche sports like NASCAR, golf, tennis, all kinds of good stuff like that. Great information every single day. And you can start seeing preseason NFL picks in those email newsletters as well. So definitely get over there and sign up for the free email list. And also, guys, if you're a huge fan of what you're seeing from us here every single day, sign up for a YouTube channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. YouTube channel members get early access to all of our videos. They get their name up on screen in every video, and they get access to our members only giveaways. We'll be doing a giveaway here of a Stump the Spread hoodie in 2 days here on the 4th or 3 days. It's hard to keep track of the days, guys, but on the 4th, of August. We're going to be doing a giveaway where every single channel member's name will be put on a wheel. It'll be up on the screen for everyone to see. We'll spin that wheel, and whoever that wheel lands on, they're going to get a free Stump the Spread hoodie mailed straight to their house or apartment or whatever, straight to their address, as long as they, actually claim the hoodie that they won. So, guys, definitely consider signing up for that, but we got to dive back in. We've got a ton of games to cover here on a full Saturday slate, and next up, we've got the Kansas City Royals going on the road to take on the Toronto Blue Jays. The Royals come into this game fresh off a solid 9-3 win there in Game 1 of that series in Toronto. They got to turn things on here late in the season. They're 55-55 on the year, which isn't quite good enough at the moment. They've made some significant moves. Obviously, big things are hopefully brewing there if you're a Royals fan, seeing if they can make, a massive, not massive, but, a nice little climb here at the end of the season. They're going to try to do that by handing the ball in this game to Noah Cameron. He's 5-4 on the year, a 2.44 ERA. His last start, he was lights out against Cleveland. The Royals are 4-0 over his last 4 starts. He did have a little bit of a rough time there against the Cubs, but the offense picked him up, so we'll see if he can keep things rolling here going against the Blue Jays. Obviously not the easiest team to face, and he hasn't faced them yet this year, so we'll see how that goes. The Royals bullpen has been decent, maybe not elite, but I'll definitely say decent this season. The offense has been the huge problem this year, and they've made some moves to try and address that here at the trade deadline, so we'll see how those work out. I mean, they're currently 28th in the majors in runs scored, but they scored 9-1, 9-7, 4, and 4 over their last few games, which is pretty hot hitting for this team. So we'll see what they can do here on the road in Game 2, taking on a Blue Jays team that's in first place in the AL East, a 3.5 game lead there over the Yankees. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Max Scherzer. This 41-year-old is 1-1 on the year, a 4.89 ERA. He's been serviceable this year. I'm not going to say he's been elite. His last start, though, getting close. 7 innings, 3 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, struck out 11 and walked 0. That was in a 10-4 loss against Detroit, but he's thrown the ball pretty well this season. We'll see what he can do against the Royals. Obviously, it's a pretty limited sample size. This is only his 8th start. So we'll see what we get out of Scherzer. We'll see what the Toronto bullpen looks like. It's hit some bumps in the road here recently. It hasn't looked as good. In the offense, 3, 9, 2, 4, 4, and 4 over their last few games. Swinging some relatively cold bats. They are first in the majors in on-base percentage and first in batting average, so I expect them to bounce back, but it hasn't been the smoothest sailing lately. So looking at the numbers, the Royals are plus 135. The Blue Jays are minus 160. We've got a total of 8 out there in this game. The Royals are 26-27 on the road, 29-23-1 to the under on the road. Toronto's 37-17 at home, a crazy good home record. They are 32-20-2 to the over at home. That's an MLB best to the over at home. I'm going to be leaning still a bit towards the Royals at plus 135 in this game. I don't love Scherzer on the mound in this spot necessarily. The Royals seem like they're flying high here after the trade deadline, so give me a little taste of the Royals here at plus 135. Next up, guys, we've got the Pittsburgh Pirates going on the road to take on the Colorado Rockies. These two teams just played an absolutely psycho game where we see the Pirates eventually end up losing, giving up, what did they give up? Holy cow, they gave up 5 runs in the, I guess that's in the 8th and 9th innings combined. Crazy stuff there. A 2-run walk-off home run to end things in a win there for the Rockies. So, yeah, Pirates got to be pretty depressed. They are 47-62 on the year. They're going to hand the ball here to Paul Skeens, who's obviously had an amazing season. 6-8, though. A 1.83 ERA. His last start, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed there against Arizona. He hasn't given up a run since the All-Star break, and so that's 2 starts there, no runs allowed, both shutout wins for the Pirates. So we'll see what he can do. See if that Pirates bullpen can pull itself back together after a complete and utter disaster there yesterday. The Pirates offense hasn't been anything special. They have been on this nice little winning streak, but they're still not very good at the plate. They're trading away rotation guys too, so it's definitely looking like the Pirates are kind of selling here at the trade deadline and not looking to make any moves to make this team much better, at least at present. So we'll see what they do here against the Rockies, who coming off that insane win will hand the ball to Austin Gomber, who's 0-5 on the year, a 6.28 ERA. His last start, 4 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs against Baltimore in a 5-1 loss. The Rockies are 0-5 over his last 5 starts, so not exactly a great look there. We'll see what Gomber can do. I'm not expecting much. We'll see what the Rockies bullpen can do. I'm not expecting much. We'll see what their offense can do, which coming off such a psycho game, I do expect something of a letdown. The last time they had a big offensive explosion, they put up 10 runs there against the Twins and then followed that up by putting up 1 run in the next game. So I think that's what we could see from them in this one going up against Skeens. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the Pirates are minus 205. The Rockies are plus 170. We've got a total of 10 out there. The Pirates are 16-37 on the road, 33-18-2 to the under on the road. The Rockies are 14-38 at home. That's an MLB worst at home. They are 28-22-2 to the under at home. With a total of 10 in this game, I definitely think coming off of such a psychotic game yesterday, we'll see things calm down drastically. I think an under in this game is in order. Maybe you could take under in the first 5, taking full advantage of Skeens there, but I just like Skeens to have a great outing, and I think the Pirates will probably win this game, but minus 205 is not my favorite price. Next up, guys, we've got one of the biggest pitching matchups of the day. We've got the Detroit Tigers going on the road to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. The Tigers 64-47 on the year, fresh off that disappointing 5-4 loss yesterday. They'll hand the ball in this game to Tariq Skubal, who's 10-3 on the year, a 2.09 ERA, coming off the paternity list. He had a great start against Toronto back on the 26th, so we'll see what he looks like in this one. I'm expecting him to have a pretty good time out there. 6 innings, 5 hits, and no runs allowed against Toronto. Now I think we'll see Skubal settle down a little bit and have a great start in this one. The problem for the Tigers is their terrible bullpen. It's looking like it might be bad enough to sink their season. The offense had been killing it, putting up 4 runs yesterday in game 1 against the Phillies isn't great, but over the course of the year, they've been excellent, and they were swinging some pretty hot bats coming into this series. So I think they'll be okay. Maybe. They're taking on the Phillies here, who haven't been playing their best. They're 62-47 on the year, currently a half game up on the Mets in the NL East. They'll hand the ball to Zach Wheeler, who's 9-4 this year, a 2.56 ERA. His last 3 starts, I'll say, didn't look the sharpest. Struggled a little bit against the Red Sox, but only gave up 2 earned runs. His last time was against the Yankees, 5 2/3 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs. Not his best. We've seen him be better. So we'll see what version of Wheeler we get in this one. Obviously, no history here against Detroit. The Phillies bullpen, though, is a huge concern. So both teams have to be very worried about their bullpen in this game. The offense, I would say the Phillies have been hitting the ball okay, but not great. I mean, we'll see. They're currently 11th in the majors in runs scored. They're 5th in batting average. Like, this is an elite offense, but only elite at times. And sometimes they kind of suck. So we'll see what they do here in a very elite pitching matchup. Looking at the numbers, the odds makers have this as a coin flip. Both teams are listed at minus 110. We've got a total of 7 in this game. Detroit is 28-25 on the road, 31-22 to the over on the road. That's actually an MLB best to the over on the road. The Phillies are 33-19 at home, 26-23-3 to the over at home. Despite these two guys being on the mound, these two bullpens are so bad. I think over 7 is a pretty reasonable play. Maybe take under in the first 5 and then over for the entire game. That would be a pretty sick one to cash. In terms of a side, I'm going to lean a bit towards the Tigers here at minus 110. But guys, this is not going anywhere near the pin comment. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Milwaukee Brewers going on the road to take on the Washington Nationals. The Brewers are fresh off that 16-9 beatdown in Game 1 there in Washington. They're going to hand the ball here in Game 2 to Brandon Woodruff, who's 2-0 on the year, a 2.01 ERA. His last start, 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs allowed in a 3-2 win against Miami. He's already faced Washington once this season. That was back on July 12th. 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs allowed. He struck out 10 and walked 0 in that game. So we'll see which version of Woodruff we get here. I can't help but notice, guys, that the Brewers are 4-0 in the games he's started this year. I'm expecting him to go out there and look very, very good in this matchup. The Brewers bullpen is not the most trustworthy bullpen. They've made some steps in the right direction, but it's not a bullpen I'm in love with. The offense, obviously, swinging the bats pretty well right now, putting up 16 yesterday, 3, 9, 8, 3, and 4 over their last few games. It's not like off the charts. I mean, Churio, on the IL, that's not great. He's going to be out for a while, but that did not slow this team down. They're currently 8th in runs scored, 10th in batting average. I think they're going to be fine out there at the plate for the time being. So we'll see what they do here against the Nationals, who are 0-3 over their last 3 games. They're going to hand the ball here to Jake Irvin, who's 8-5 on the season, a 4.69 ERA. His last start, 7 innings, 5 hits, 2 earned runs there at the Twins. The last time he faced the Brewers, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, none of them were earned, walked 1 and struck out 5 in what was eventually an 8-1 loss. So we'll see how good Jake Irvin looks in this game. Obviously, they're going to need him to be excellent because the Nationals have the worst bullpen in all of Major League Baseball, a 5.72 bullpen ERA. The offense coming off putting up 9 runs looks great, but that has not been the norm for them this season. I mean, they're kind of a middle of the road or worse kind of offense. 19th in runs scored, 20th in batting average. Not exactly an offense that I can get, very excited about. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Brewers are minus 190. The Nationals are plus 155. We got a total of 8.5. Milwaukee is 28-24 on the road, 27, 23, and 2 to the under on the road. Washington is 21 and 31 at home, 27, 24, and 1 to the over at home. I'm going to be leaning towards the Brewers here pretty hard. Maybe hard enough to take them -1.5. Not something I get super involved with doing all the time, but I definitely think Milwaukee's in for another comfortable win here. Even if Jake Irvin has a decent start against them, which he doesn't have the best history, I'm expecting the Brewers to be, definitely willing to take advantage of that Washington bullpen. Rolling right along here, we're looking at the Houston Astros going on the road to take on the Boston Red Sox. The Astros come to this game fresh off a 2-1 loss there in Game 1 of this series at Fenway. They're hitting the ball in Game 2 to Colton Gordon, who is 4-3 on the year, a 4.74 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 6 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 7-1 loss against the Athletics. Doesn't exactly get me super excited for the potential of having him on the mound. His start before that wasn't great against the Diamondbacks. His outing before that was a bullpen outing. He gave up a hit and a walk in his one inning of work. He just has not been throwing the ball that great here recently. We'll see what he can do against the Red Sox, but I'm worried about Colton Gordon. Worried is not the word I would use to describe what I feel about the Houston bullpen, though. It's pretty solid and has been solid really all year long. The offense for the Astros, though, 1-9-7, 1-1-1 over their last few games. I am not sold on this team at the plate at all right now. I know they've tried to, make some improvements. We'll see how that goes. They're 17th in the majors in runs scored, 9th in on-base percentage, but right now swinging some pretty cold bats. So we'll see what they can do here at Fenway. The Red Sox are playing great. They've won 5 out of their last 6. They are currently 4 games back of Toronto in the AL East. Only a half game back, I believe, of the Yankees. Things are turning around for the Red Sox here as they hand the ball to Walker Buehler. He's 6-6 this year, a 5.72 ERA. His last start, 4 2/3 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs allowed there against the Dodgers. He walked 5 in that game, and it was a messy performance. I will say it was a messy performance. So we'll see what he can do here against the Astros. He has been throwing the ball a lot better here recently, but we'll see if he can get his control back for this one. The Boston bullpen's been excellent all year long, a 3.33 bullpen ERA. I will not be complaining about that. The offense only putting up 2 runs in Game 1 of this series. It doesn't look amazing, but 2, 13, 8, 4, 4, 4, 2, and 9 over their last few does not look terrible to me. They're currently 4th in the majors in runs scored. They are 7th in batting average, 8th in on-base percentage. I'm not too worried about the Red Sox in this spot, to be honest. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Astros are -105. The Red Sox are -115. A total of 9.5 in this game. Houston, 27-23 on the road. So a pretty decent road team. 24, 21, and 5 to the under on the road. Boston, 34-21 at home. 30, 23, and 2 to the under at home. I don't think under 9.5 is actually that bad in this game. I'm not in love with it, but I do think it's worth mentioning. In terms of a side, I like the Red Sox here at home a good amount. I think Walker Buehler's in for a decent start against a pretty cold hitting team. I don't think Colton Gordon's going to have a good time. I definitely think both bullpens are totally fine, so I think this is a great spot to look at the Boston Red Sox. Next up, we've got the New York Yankees going on the road to take on the Miami Marlins. The Yankees come into this game 60-50 on the year, but they just lost Game 1 here, 13-12. Yeah, it was not a great look there for the Yankees. A pretty bad, implosion there. They're not in really good shape to take over the first spot in the AL East. They may fall into 3rd place there behind Boston. They're hitting the ball in this game to Cam Schlittler. He's 1-1 this year, a 4.91 ERA. This young 24-year-old, since coming up to the big leagues, hasn't been great. He's been okay, but he has not been great. Giving up 3 earned runs on 7 hits over 4 1/3 there against the Tampa Bay Rays and a 4-2 losses last time on the mound. Not super helpful. The bullpen for the Yankees, obviously a disaster right now. Maybe they'll be better here down the stretch, but right now not looking good. And the offense just lost despite putting up 12 runs. That has to be extremely demoralizing. Although I will say it hasn't seemed like they've really missed Aaron Judge all that much. So we'll see how things go here on the road in Miami, who has, the Marlins, they've won 3 in a row. They're going to hand the ball in this one to Yuri Perez, who's 3-3 this season, a 3.07 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run allowed there at Milwaukee, and was eventually a 3-2 loss, but Yuri Perez has been nuts here recently. He's given up 4 earned runs over his last 5 total starts. Crazy work there. So we'll see what Yuri Perez can do. I'm expecting him to be very, very good in this outing. The Marlins bullpen does make me a little bit worried still, an ERA hovering there around 4. And the offense, while they came with 13 runs in Game 1, is not going to be the norm for this team. They're not that kind of offense. They're 21st in runs scored, 9th in batting average. We'll see. We'll see what they do in this game. Now, looking at the numbers, guys, the Yankees are -120. The Marlins are +100. We've got a total of 8.5. The Yankees, 26-27 on the road, 26-24-3 to the over on the road. The Marlins are 24-29 at home, 32-21 to the under at home. I won't be taking the under in this game, but I will be leaning here towards the Miami Marlins. The Yankees are a mess right now. Schlittler, not a great start. The bullpen's obviously in shambles. I think Yuri Perez is going to go out there and have a great day. Definitely giving the Marlins here at plus 100. Next up, guys, we've got the San Francisco Giants going on the road to take on the New York Mets. The Giants come into this game fresh off a 4-3 win in Game 1 of this series. Pretty dramatic stuff there in the 10th inning. In this game, the Giants are going to hand the ball to Kai-Wei Teng. He comes into this game going to be making his first start of the season coming up from AAA Sacramento. 25 games in AAA this season, has a 3.67 ERA. He's looked pretty good. Over 54 innings of work, mostly out of the bullpen. We'll see. I mean, he's started in 4 of his last 5 outings, so we'll see what he looks like here. I'm not really usually super interested in backing, not no-name guys, but not, guys that I have, a ton of familiarity with their stuff in their first major league start. So we'll see what he can do, see what the bullpen can do behind him. Obviously, the Giants' bullpen has been fantastic this year. I'm not concerned about that. The offense, though, 4-1-1, 5-3-1, and 1 over their last few games. This is one of the worst offenses in the majors. They're 25th in runs scored. They're 27th in batting average, 28th in slugging percentage. This is just not the kind of offense that I can get behind, guys. They are not having a very good time right now. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Mets, who have managed to lose 4 in a row. They're currently a half game back there of the Phillies for the top spot in the NL East. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Kodai Senga, who's 7-3 this season, a 2.00 ERA. His last couple starts, though, haven't filled me with tons of optimism. I mean, he did face the Giants, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs allowed, walked 5, struck out 3, and gave up 2 home runs. Still managed to see his team win the game, but I don't know, guys. They are, the Mets are 5-0 over his last 5 starts. Take that for what it's worth, but I'm not super stoked about the way Kodai Senga is throwing the ball right now. And he's not going very deep into games, which is putting a lot of pressure on a Mets bullpen that's not looking as dominant as it was in the early goings this season. So we'll see how that ends up leveling out. The offense hasn't been anything special for the Mets. 3-0-1-6 over this losing streak. I mean, this team was supposed to be a lot better at the plate. Let's not kid ourselves. They're 17th in the majors in runs scored. They are currently 23rd in batting average, 12th in slugging percentage. Pete Alonso got off to that insane start. Juan Soto's been okay, but not the kind of numbers you would have expected to see from this team at the plate. So looking at the numbers, the Giants are plus 176. The Mets are minus 210. Total of 8.5 in this game. San Francisco's 26-29 on the road, 28-23-4 to the over on the road. The Mets are 37-16 at home, an incredibly good home record. That's an MLB best home record, 26-24-3 to the under at home. In general in this game, guys, I am not that stoked to back the Mets here. I would lean maybe a little bit towards the Giants, or maybe take the Giants plus 1.5, but my favorite lean in this game is just to take under 8.5. Neither one of these teams is swinging the bats worth anything right now. 2 very cold offenses. I do worry about the rookie coming up there for the Giants, but I do think we're going to see a pretty low-scoring game here. Cruising along through these games, we're looking at the Texas Rangers going on the road to take on the Seattle Mariners. Now, the Rangers and Mariners are actually playing right now, end of the 6th inning, with Seattle down 3-2. The Rangers in this game are going to hand the ball to newly acquired Merrill Kelly, who's 9-6 on the year, a 3.22 ERA there, pitching for the Diamondbacks. His last start was a very good one there against the Pirates. Unfortunately for him, he got 0 runs of support, and the Pirates eventually win that game 2-0. But Merrill Kelly, definitely a plus level arm out there on the mound in this one. We'll see. Did he face? He faced Seattle not too long ago, back on the 9th of June. 6 innings, 4 hits, no runs allowed, walked 2, struck out 7, and an 8-4 extra inning win. So yeah, Merrill Kelly, definitely some positive history there against the Mariners. The bullpen for this Rangers team has been excellent all year long, easily top 5 in the majors right now. A very, very potent bullpen out there. In the offense, it's a work in progress. They've tried to improve it a little bit here down the stretch. They're currently 22nd in the majors in runs scored and 26th in batting average, but they've hit the ball a little bit better here down the stretch. I'm not going to act like this is a top-tier offense, because it certainly is not, but I don't think they're a complete joke anymore either. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Seattle Mariners, who at 58-52 on the season definitely have a little bit of work still to do. They're 4 games back of the Astros there in the AL West. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Luis Castillo, who's 8-6 on the season, a 3.19 ERA. His last start, he went 7 innings, gave up 5 hits, and 1 earned run at the Athletics, so a very good start there, and not the easiest place to pitch. So definitely loving that for him, but we'll see what he can do here against the Rangers. I mean, the last time he faced the Rangers, he was great back on June 29th. It was at the Rangers, 6 innings, 7 hits, 1 earned run allowed, walked 2 and struck out 4, in a 6-4 12 inning win. So we'll see what Castillo looks out there, I'm expecting him to be good. He's got 2 very good starts against the Rangers this season, so I think he'll be fine. The Mariners bullpen's been excellent, a 3.68 bullpen ERA. Not about to complain about that one bit. It's been a decent bullpen over the course of the year. Not a lot of ups and downs. The offense for this team is not amazing. They put up 6 runs in game 1, only 2 so far in game 2. Over the course of the year, obviously we've seen amazing stuff from guys like Cal Raleigh. They're 12th in the majors in runs scored, 18th in batting average. They've been trying to make themselves a little bit better here. We'll see what actually pans out. So looking at the numbers, guys, the Rangers are minus 105. The Mariners are minus 115. We've got a total of 7 in this game. The Rangers are only 23-33 on the road, 28-27-1 to the under on the road. The Mariners are 29-24 at home, 25-24-2 to the over at home. In terms of the side in this game, it feels very, very coin flippy to me. So I guess I'll lean slightly towards the home team here, but I don't love it. My favorite play on this game is going to be either under 7, under in the first 5, or no run first inning is looking very, very good. Next on the docket, we've got the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the Cincinnati Reds. The Braves come into this game 46-63 on the year, losers of 3 out of their last 4, and just generally seem like a team. I'm not going to say they've completely packed it in, but they're obviously not going anywhere positive this season. They're going to hand the ball to Spencer Strider, who at 5-8 on the season, but with a 3.71 ERA, has had a pretty decent year. His last start, 5 innings, 7 hits, 2 earned runs there against the Royals. He did have to pitch his way out of some trouble, but overall, not a terrible start. Over his last 5 outings, he's never given up more than 3 earned runs. The Braves are 2-3 over that stretch. So we'll see what he can do here against the Reds. I'm not sure if he's faced Cincinnati. No, he has not faced Cincinnati yet this year. So we'll see how that goes, but I'm expecting Strider to be fine. The Atlanta bullpen, on the other hand, has not been good. A 4.29 bullpen ERA, obviously a huge part of the struggles of this team this season, but much bigger than that because the bullpen's kind of fallen apart here lately. Over this year, the offense is just not there. They're 20th in runs scored. They are 21st in batting average, 16th in on-base percentage, and 20th in slugging percentage. This is easily a bottom third of the majors offense, and it's not getting any better right now. So we'll see what they can do in this game against the Reds, who won game 2 of this series. Will Benson hitting a home run there. Pretty helpful stuff. The Reds at 58-53 on the year are in the hunt there in the wild card picture in the NL Central, and they're 8 games back there in the NL Central. So yeah, we'll see what they can do in the NL wild card hunt. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Chase Burns, who comes into this one 0-3 on the year, a 6.26 ERA. This young 22-year-old has not had the easiest time up with the big league team, although I will say over his last 3 starts, he struck out 10 in each one of those outings. Unfortunately, the Reds are 0-3 over that span. They're 0-5 over his last 5 starts. We'll see what things look like here for Chase Burns. The Reds' bullpen has been decent, not great. It's been a little bit of a concern here recently. The offense, 3-11, 5-4, 2-2, 6, and 7 over their last few games. They're not swinging the hottest bats right now. They're 9th in the majors in runs scored, but 16th in batting average, 10th in on-base percentage. I think this is not even a top 10 offense, if I'm being honest. So we'll see what they do here. Playing at home, looking at the numbers, the Braves are minus 125. The Reds are plus 105. A total of 8.5 in this game. Atlanta's 20-36 on the road, 28-24-4 to the over on the road. The Reds are 32-25 at home, so a pretty good home team. 34-18-5 to the under at home. I'm probably not going to take under 8.5 here, but I do think there's a lot of reason to take the Reds here as underdogs at home. Kind of crazy that they're underdogs here against a clearly, kind of over it Atlanta Braves team. I think we'll see the Reds bats finally wake up in this one. Maybe not against Spencer Strider, but definitely against that bad Atlanta bullpen. And I don't expect Chase Burns to have too much trouble in this one going up, against a clearly limited Braves offense. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Arizona Diamondbacks going on the road to take on the Sacramento Athletics. The Diamondbacks at 51-58 on the season. I mean, these two teams are playing right now, and the Athletics are 5-0. Arizona has let go of the rope. They haven't scored more than 2 runs over any of their last, 6 or 7 games? It's getting brutal out there. They're going to hand the ball here to Zach Gallen. He's 7-12 on the year, a 5.60 ERA. He hasn't been terrible, I guess, but he hasn't been great either. His last start, 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 earned runs, and a 6-0 loss against the Pirates. We'll see what he can do here against the Athletics, but I am not expecting miracles out of this guy or anyone on the Diamondbacks. That bullpen's getting even worse. The offense has been gutted at this point. Seems like Arizona is pretty much over things for the rest of this season. So we'll see what they do here against the Athletics, who, like I said, are up 5-0 in their current game. They'll hand the ball here to JT Ginn, who's 2-2 on the year, a 3.89 ERA. His last time on the mound, 6 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed, and a 7-1 win against Houston. Start for that, 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run allowed, and a 6-2 loss against the Rangers. But this young 26-year-old is throwing the ball great right now and trying to make a name for himself. I expect him to be locked in out there. The Athletics bullpen's terrible, don't get me wrong, but it's not any worse than the Diamondbacks bullpen. The offense kind of hitting the ball right now. I mean, 5, 5, 6, 1, 7, 5, and 15 over their last few games. Looks pretty reasonable. Obviously, this isn't a team that tried to get better at the trade deadline, but I'm expecting them to still be trying. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the odds makers have this listed as a coin flip with both teams at minus 110. We've got a total of 10 in this game. Arizona's 25-30 on the road, 27-25-3 to the over on the road. The Athletics are 22-32 at home, 27-24-3 to the over at home. I'm not interested in the total in this game, guys, but I'll definitely be taking the Athletics here at minus 110. Obviously, you're not the most fun team to be betting on, but I think they're going to get a comfortable win here against an Arizona team that clearly is no longer trying. Rounding into the home stretch, we're looking at the Chicago White Sox going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. The White Sox and Angels are currently in the top of the ninth, with the White Sox up 6-3, looking for their second straight win. They'll hand the ball here to Aaron Savale, who's 2-6 on the season, a 4.38 ERA. His last start, 5 innings, 3 hits, no runs allowed against the Cubs. That was eventually a 6-1 loss, but not Savale's fault. His last 2 outings have actually been excellent, so we'll see if he can keep building on that. Going up against the Angels, a team he hasn't faced, we'll have to see. I'm not totally sold on Savale, but we'll see. I don't think he's going to go out there and be terrible. The bullpen for the White Sox has been pretty respectable this year, considering how bad this team is. A 3.88 bullpen ERA is not awful. The offense, I mean, they're 40-69 on the season for a reason. They're 27th in the majors in runs scored, 29th in batting average, and 29th in slugging percentage. They're one of the worst offenses around, but they've been hitting the ball okay recently. We'll see if they can keep that going here against the Angels, who come into this game 53-56 on the year. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Kyle Hendricks. He's 6-7 on the season, a 4.73 ERA. His last start was great there against the Mariners. 6 innings, 2 hits, 1 earned run allowed. Over his last 5 starts, maybe not quite as impressive, although not a complete disaster. In terms of history against the White Sox this season, yeah, I guess he hasn't faced the White Sox this year, so we'll see what Kyle Hendricks can do. I think he'll be okay out there. I definitely think he'll be okay. Will he be dominant? I don't know about that one, but I think he'll be okay. Now, the bullpen for the Angels, it's been atrocious this season. Bottom 4, bottom 5 in the majors all year long. The offense, I mean, they've had their moments. They're 16th in the majors in runs scored, but 24th in batting average, 24th in on-base percentage. You can only be so good when you can't put the bat on the ball. So looking at the numbers here, guys, the White Sox are plus 130. The Angels are minus 155. We got totals out there of 9 or 9.5. The White Sox are 16-37 on the road, 32-19 and 2 to the under on the road. The Angels are 28-26 at home, 30-22 2 to the over at home. I don't despise taking the Angels here at home. I think that's okay-ish, but better than that, guys. I like under 9.5. Both these starters have been decent. The White Sox bullpen is decent. I don't think we're going to see some big offensive outburst in this game. Last but not least, we're looking at the St. Louis Cardinals going on the road to take on the San Diego Padres. The Cardinals at 55-56 on the year. Yeah, not exactly having the best time. They're moving guys on and off the IL right now. They just lost 4-1 there yesterday. So slam that thumbs up button if you enjoyed cashing the Padres there as our lock of the day yesterday. The Cardinals will hand the ball here to Michael McGreevy. He's 2-2, a 4.91 ERA. His last start, he got obliterated by the Padres. Now he's had to go out there and face them again. So that probably doesn't feel great. The Cardinals bullpen has not been a major strength this year for the entire season, but down the stretch, it's been much better. A 3.54 bullpen ERA is very good, but the trade deadline is leaving that bullpen without some of its better arms. So we'll see what that looks like here. The offense, totally gutted, 1, 0, and 0 runs over their last 3 games. That's looking terrible. This Cardinals team is bottoming out right now. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Padres, who are 60-49 on the year, winners of their last 6 in a row. There's been some very, very spicy action here between these between these two teams, and we'll see. I'm expecting the Padres to continue to want to really lay it to the Cardinals right now, and they're gonna hand the ball here to Randy Vasquez, who's 3-4 on the year, a 3.65 ERA. His last couple starts have been excellent, including his last time on the mound was against the Cardinals. 4 2/3 innings, 1 hit, 1 earned run allowed in a 3-1 win. And the Padres are 5-0 over his last 5 starts. So definitely like Vasquez in this spot. The Padres bullpen is currently first in the majors, a 2.98 bullpen ERA. Obviously, incredibly dominant stuff there. In the offense, 4, 5, 7, 7, 9, and 3 over their winning streak here isn't, hitting the cover off the ball, but very respectable. They're currently 24th in the majors in runs scored, but 11th in batting average and 17th in on-base percentage. I think we're going to see this offense get a little bit better here down the stretch. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Cardinals are plus 115. The Padres are minus 135, a total of 8.5 in this game. The Cardinals are 23-31 on the road, 26-25-3 to the over on the road. The Padres are 34-18 at home, 30-20-2 to the under at home. I'm I'm not messing with the total in this game, guys. I guess maybe you can lean towards under, but I'll definitely take the Padres once again at minus 135. They need these wins. They are not going to be letting up against a team that they hate here in the St. Louis Cardinals. Guys, that's all the games we have here today. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. I'm more than happy to get back to you. Thanks for watching. Make sure you click the link in the description. Get over there to stumpthespread.com. Check out those red hot premium picks, reeling off another big positive day there. Also, check out all the free stuff we offer over there. Get on that free email newsletter for sure. It's great information straight to your inbox every single day. Guys, we'll be right back here tomorrow, same time, same place, for more sports betting action.